What's up? This is Justin Gordon. This video is part 2 of a 2-part video series for 7 ways in which you can improve the quality of your sleep. In the last video, we went over a few of the different methods, and in this video, we'll go over some of the other ones that I like to share with my clients. Okay, number 4, try to get continuous sleep. So the standard has always been 8 hours. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. An important part of that is try to get it to be as continuous as you can in one stretch of 8 hours of more or less uninterrupted sleep. So for example, 2 blocks of 4 hours of sleep each for a total of 8 hours is not necessarily equal to 1 block of 8 hours of sleep. So even though you're getting the same amount of time in both scenarios, the 1 block of 8 hours of continuous sleep is probably going to be more beneficial to you, particularly if there's a big chunk of time in between the 2 blocks of 4 hours of sleep in the second scenario. So the more time you spend in sleep, the more time you can get down into some of the deeper sleep, into the REM stages of sleep, where a lot of healing seems to occur. When your sleep gets interrupted, you might not fall back into as deep of sleep or get back to some of the helpful, restful REM stages of sleep as quickly. So in that sense, you might not be getting as restful of sleep or as restorative of sleep if it's broken up into several different chunks. Now, number 5, take a hot bath or hot shower right before bed. This is actually a feel-good assignment. Most people don't have a problem doing this when I recommend this to them. There are a lot of benefits that can come from this. One is that the hot water can actually have a soothing effect on our muscles. One of the big interrupters of sleep is muscle tension, tension in the body, anxiety-related tension. If your body is tense, it's hard to relax and fall asleep and stay asleep. So the hot water can have a direct soothing effect on your tense muscles and help them to relax. And that then sends messages up to the brain saying, hey, look, our muscles aren't tense, therefore there's probably not a problem that we need to have tense muscles for, so you can relax and let us fall asleep. So some great benefits there, and let's be honest, a hot shower right before bed doesn't suck. Something else to consider if you like taking hot baths, if you use Epsom salts in your bath, Epsom salts contain a mineral called magnesium, and magnesium is a natural anxiolytic. It's a natural anti-anxiety mineral that's easily absorbed through the skin. So not only are you getting a hot bath and that water is soothing out some of your muscle tension, but you're probably absorbing a lot of magnesium in through your skin, and that should also have something of a soothing effect on you. So great to do right before bed. Also, we talked about a transition routine before. Taking a hot shower or bath is a great way to transition from the day. You slow down, you're doing something that feels good, putting some stuff behind you, and transitioning to a more relaxed state that's more conducive to sleep. All right, number 6, compartmentalize. I'm a huge fan of this one. Again, I talked a lot about this in a previous video. With compartmentalizing, basically what you're doing is separating some different things out, okay? There is the day that we're in that's coming to a close that we're transitioning out of. There is nighttime and sleep that we're transitioning into. And then after that, there is the following day. So if you get way too busy and there's a lot to do, there's a lot going on, sometimes these different phases tend to blend together, run into each other, and there's not really as much of a restful state in between. Or if you are resting in between physically, your mind might still be on that day or on the next day. You might be dreaming about it. You wake up, you know you slept, but you don't feel rested at all. You need a period in between that is just for sleep and relaxing and restoring different compartments. So again, speaking to having a transition period, it's transitioning from one compartment to the other. Now, again, for everybody, this is going to be different. Some people can do this easily, others can't. You need a way to put the daytime stuff aside into its own compartment and move into sleep. So have different things that only happen in that sleep time period. In essence, for the previous day, think of it in terms of set it and forget it. So handle the things that you needed to, and then be done with it. In that sleep phase between the 2 days, Give yourself permission to check out, relax. If you find yourself thinking about something about the next day, either write it down and put it away so you know you don't have to mentally hold on to it, or just tell yourself that's okay, I don't have to think about that now, and try to create the habit of just putting it out of your mind until the next day. There will be plenty of time to worry about it the next day. Keep those compartments separate. Especially if you wake up in the middle of the night, a lot of people have a tendency to then start thinking about all the stuff they have to do the next day. Again, try to create the habit of not doing that so it doesn't stimulate you and wake you up and make it harder to fall back asleep. Some people have found that if they write some things down and then they just leave it, then it's easier to leave the day behind. Other people have found if they write down a to-do list for tomorrow and then put it away, that helps. So definitely something to think about. Now, I'm not saying don't prepare for the next day, because a lot of times if you have some things prepared for the next day, it makes it so you can rest easier. That's just to say, prepare for the next day, set it, forget it, don't think about it anymore, transition into sleep, then worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Different compartments. Now, this last one, number 7, is very important. Do not do stressful things right before bed, for obvious reasons, right? Should be obvious, but we still do it anyway. There is a time to handle the stressful things, and then a time to put them away, and a time to worry about them the next day. But in those times in between, make it a point to not do stressful things. Now, the marriage therapist in me is coming out, and I have to say I'm not a huge fan of people having hard, difficult conversations in bed right before they fall asleep. This will definitely wake you up and put you on edge. You're not functioning the best at this point. Now, caveat to that, I'm definitely not giving people permission to put things off until it's nighttime, and then when it's time to sleep, saying, I'm too tired, we can't talk about this in sleep. That's not a good thing either. That's not what I'm saying. Some genders are more guilty of that one than others. I'm not going to say which ones. There is definitely a time to have those conversations. You just need to make it a point to have them before your head hits the pillow. The bed at night, not really a place you want to start associating in your brain with stressful things. You want to associate that with calming things, not a place where you do a lot of work stuff or your homework or have angry conversations per se. You should associate the bed with peaceful things. Some might even say pleasurable things. All right, so that's it for the 7. Also, for honorable mention, definitely do water management during the day. If you have to wake up a lot during the night to urinate, that's definitely going to interrupt your sleep. So definitely, if you're having sleep issues, be very careful to limit the amount of water that you drink in the afternoon and evening. Make sure you get in all your water earlier in the day, then slow down in the afternoon and evening so that you're not having to interrupt your sleep by having to get up and go use the bathroom. All right, that's it for the 7. I'm going to do another video soon about more ways you can improve the quality of your sleep. All right, that's it for the 7, and watch for another video soon on more ways you can improve the quality of your sleep.